I didn't tell it anything. It is a brand new session. It is a totally new session. It has nothing here and it know where to go, what to read and how to bring the data. It know how to plan the day and all that. And how it know that? It is all happening with one single file. That is this Claude.md file. And after this video, you will be able to make this complete file in the right way. So stay tuned. Okay, I am going to open a new session in Visual Studio Code. I created this demo workspace for you. I will just open it and here we have this file. This is a single file that is managing all of the stuff. Most of the time you don't have this file, and if you have this file, you are using it in a wrong way. It is using all of your tokens or it is not pointing to the right folder. Let me tell you the purpose of it. The purpose of this file is just like a receptionist that is sitting at your hospital. The receptionist guide where to go if a patient come, he say, I want to go to a brain doctor, I have some heart related issues, I want to go to cardiologist, and the receptionist tell, okay, take the appointment from here, do this procedure, the doctor is available or not, and this is where you have to go. It does not read that patient. This Claude.md file is playing the same role. Whenever we do a query, it will tell where to go for the expert opinion instead of giving us a general answer. I am managing my complete agency with it, and it is not more than 20-30 lines. If we start a new session without this file, we have to tell every time what we are doing, what is the context, what is my background, what he has to take assumptions, and all of that stuff. To avoid that hectic routine and to save our time so that we don't have to feed all of our information again and again, we make a file that is called Claude.md. That is a receptionist, that is a router. So whenever we go to the hospital, whenever we go to the Claude, it can guide us to the right floor, to the right doctor, to the right specialist agent. If I say draft the payroll, in my case, I am managing an agency. If I say draft the payroll, who handle the payroll? It no, in this scenario, it is not the purpose of CTO. It is not being handled by a project manager. It is handled by HR. So it will route this to HR. Similarly, if a person come here for a technical query, hey, I have to make an N8N workflow and I need some technical solution, it will go to CTO. If it is coming with, hey, what is the deadline of this project and where this project is, can you plan this project? Can you make the complete timeline roadmap of this project? It will automatically route it to project manager. So this is the purpose of this file. Now this thing is handled at multiple level. Number one, we have a global Claude.md file that is handling everything on your computer. And then we have a proper folder. So for example, I made 3 folder on my computer, one for my work, one for my personal life, and one for some different habits. So for all of these 3, we will be having 3 Claude.md in their respective folders, but overall there is one file that is managing all, and after that it is assigning the role to that specific person. In this scenario, what happened when I asked it to plan my day, it said okay, it is planning the day for the CEO and where it has to go here in the demo workspace. After that it went to CEO profile.md and then it brought all of these tasks from there, board tasks md. Now in this file, what stay in Claude.md and what we have to move into separate workspace. Anything, any universal rules, all of the rules that are not changing, that will stay here. Any routing table, when to go to which specialist, this will be handled built in this. And any hard rules, like you don't have to use dashes, that is very common in AI responses. And in my scenario, I ask it, don't over engineer anything, keep it simple, keep it to the point, and use 80-20 rule. You can tell me about your best ones in the comments. Why I ask it to do 80-20 rule? Because I am a fine liner, and if it start telling me all of the things, I am stuck into a single task. But if it apply the 80-20 rule, it bring me the things, 20% of the things that will do 80% of the work. So I am happy with that. So that is in my universal checklist. Now if there is a procedure of doing thing, how to do the SEO, how to write an article, how to make a video, how to book an appointment. All of these things should not be part of this Claude.md file. All of these things will go into a particular skill. And what will be the benefit? There are multiple benefits of that. Number one, whenever we are starting a session, this Claude.md file is being read by Claude. or by AI, any AI that you're using. So it is taking the tokens. If this file is very large, it is taking more tokens, you are spending more money. That is not a definitely good practice. Number two, when we have more information, the chances of hallucination will increase and it will not give us an optimized answer. So we just have to keep the very minimal information here, and after that everything else will go into the skills, and it will particularly load a skill as per the need. In the skill, we will be having step by step procedure of doing anything, a sequence of all the procedures that we are discussing right now. Skill has a title, skill has a one line description, and then it has a procedure. Why it has a title, why it has a description? So that we know, the agent know what is the name and when to load this skill, instead of reading the complete file. Anything, we have the APIs, we have the credentials, we have the passwords, that should not be saved in, not in Claude MD, not in any skill. It should be staying separate in .environment file or somewhere else that we will discuss later. So Claude Code will be having this claude.md file that is routing to different departments, different agents, different skills, different tools. And then we have project files and documents that are our skills, that are our commands that we will be discussing, and an example file. It could have an example file, but .environment is a file where we save all of our passwords, all of our credentials, API keys. So that should be kept separate and should not be pasted in the code. Any client data, we can keep it in .git ignore. This is not needed because you are not a developer, so this is not needed. But just in case you are managing some data, you are pushing it to GitHub, you are adding some credentials, so it will be staying all separate. It should not be going here. With this, the life become very easier. Let's go and test some more cases. Let's open a new session and let's try something else. What you will do if I have a meeting with client? So who should be handling that? A closer. A closer should be handling that. So it went into my demo workspace. It is reading this claude.md file, and now it will go to list closer and meet skill content. It is going there and it is reading this demo workspace slash closer. It is reading that profile, and then it is telling me before the call I will check the calendar and I will do whatever this profile is during the call. This is how I will assist you. So it is handling all of it very intelligently. Now let me show you how what I have here. This is a sample, by the way, with some dummy details. So in my scenario, for example, these are the profiles, and this is, if I talk about these keywords, then you have to load this profile. If I am talking about Upwork, Fiverr, client pipeline, lead, you have to go to closer. If I am talking about Upwork stat, proposal stats, boost results, BD meeting, weekly pre-sales meeting, then you have to load the profile of marketplace manager. If we are talking about salary, payroll, attendance, hiring, performance, team roster, onboarding, it where it should go, it should load the profile of HR manager, and then it will take that role. If we are talking about, let's say, inventory, office, laptop, email accounts, disable email, assets, so it is loading admin account. Next, is it answering if there is a request where two or three agents, two or three files should be collaborating. It is handling all of that, those scenarios. Session start protocols, what you need to do, what you don't need to do, rules that apply to all agents that we discussed. So this is the complete file of claude.md. Anything other than that, any procedure, anything else, any proper procedure, it should be either exist in scale or either it should exist in a command. In the next video, we will be discussing command and skill. Before that, go to Claude, prepare your claude.md file.